Welcome to the Business Process Modeling Notation, or BPMN course. The course objectives are to understand the basic concepts of BPMN from an objective, practical, and enforceable point of view. To learn the design of business processes oriented towards business process management or BPM technologies using the Business Process Modeling Notation standard. What is the current situation of organizations? We can observe what exists. A significant increase in competition. Greater demands of the client regarding shorter business cycles, better quality of products and services offered, and greater value added. We can also observe an increase in the complexity of the organization. High expectations of shareholders. Globalization, etc. In order to respond to market challenges, successful organizations today are implementing systems that help them to transform, optimize, and manage their processes continuously, and in this way, obtain competitive advantage. If we consider process-oriented management, undoubtedly the process model has a predominant role. Therefore, this raises the question, how can we model the processes in such a way that is unified, standardized, and understandable by all those involved? The answer is using the BPMN standard. BPMN provides a common language for the graphic representation of processes in a way that is clear, standardized, and complete. This unified language for the notation of processes enables a decrease in the gap that exists between the process model and its implementation. The main objective of BPMN is to provide an understandable notation for all users of the business process. This includes from the analysts of organizational processes that create the business models, to the technological experts who are in charge of implementing the models in the information systems, and of course, the people who are in charge of executing, directing, managing, and controlling the processes. The BPMN standard for process modeling was developed by BPMI, Business Process Management Initiative, now part of OMG, Object Management Group. BizAgi is part of the group of people that define the BPMN standard. What is BPMN? BPMN is a graphic notation that captures the logic of activities, the messages between the different participants, and all the information necessary for a process to be analyzed, simulated, and executed. Why is BPMN important? BPMN is the most recognized standard, and it has been widely adopted by the industry. BPMN is the standard that, having been developed by BPMI, Business Process Management Initiative, and integrated within OMG, Object Management Group, it has great possibilities of being consolidated as the standard international language of process modeling. BPMN is independent of any other process modeling methodology. BPMN is a formal language that graphically describes the logic of the steps of a business process, enabling a general understanding of the processes within the organization and facilitating communication between the various business partners. BPMN offers a rich language that enables the definition from the simplest to the most complicated process, allowing the diagramming of the interaction between various processes, both internal and external, service processes, and management of exceptions. BPMN helps with allowing diagramming of processes end-to-end, supporting the tasks of definition, documentation, process analysis, improvement, and implementation. BPMN creates a standardized bridge to reduce the gap between the business processes and the implementation of them, enabling them to be executed by a BPM engine without the need to resort to different interpretations in order to implement them. We will now look at the structure of the course. The course contains the following modules or chapters. At the end of each chapter, you will find a questionnaire or some exercises to practice what you have learnt. 1. The first chapter we call Basic Elements of a Business Process Diagram, BPD. In this part of the course, we are going to learn what are the basic elements proposed by the BPMN notation to model a business process. The second chapter, called BPMN Figures, shows the complete list of elements that make up the BPMN notation and that enable us to diagram more complicated business situations. The third chapter is Loop Activities. During this part of the course, we will look more deeply into the concept of activities, revising the concepts of cycles and multiple instances of activities, as many business situations involve repeated activities. The fourth chapter is Gateways. In this part of the course, we are going to learn a little more about gateways. We will see some examples of how and when we use them. And the last chapter is Events. In this part of the course, we will go a little deeper into the concept of events. Events make the difference between BPMN and traditional notations for diagramming processes.